Hi, in this video I'll share with you some creative ideas for quote slides in PowerPoint. I'm Ram Gopal from prezotraining.com, a site that offers creative presentation ideas for trainers. A quote is a part of pretty much every training presentation, whether you want to present a quotation from a public figure, or you want to present a quote from senior management, or you want to present a customer testimonial. A quote slide is essential in any training presentation. Most quote slides in a training presentation are fairly dull like this. As you can see, there is not much of an emphasis on any of the aspects of the quote. If you want your quote slides to sizzle, then you need to have emphasis on one of the three factors. One, you can put your emphasis on the quotation itself. Two, you can put your focus on the person who said the quote. Or three, you can put the emphasis on the feeling that is associated with the quote. Now I'm going to show you how you can take your quote slides to the next level by placing emphasis on these three different aspects. The first example is to lay emphasis on the words or the quotation itself. Now you can see that the entire focus of the slide is on the quote itself. We have brought the focus by adding some kind of a text effect so the audience takes note of the message here. There are a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind whenever you present a quote slide. If your emphasis is on the quotation itself, then keep the background fairly plain, so that your audience don't get distracted by the background and take their attention away from the main quote. Second, when you present a quote, you show the slide and give some time for the audience to go through the text. Don't read the quote along with the audience, because your audience can't process your voice and the words written on the slide at the same time. So be silent till the time they go through the entire quote, and then you provide your opinion on what's written on the slide. Now, if you want to see some variations of quote slides with emphasis on the quote, then here are some examples taken from our comprehensive trainers bundle. Take a look at this graphic on the slide. It not only gives a visual cue about the announcement, but it also draws the viewer's attention to the quote. And again, to say that it is a quote, we have put this beautiful big quotes and then the text here. A couple of variations of the quote slides with emphasis on the quote itself are this, where we have used a simple auto shape and then these interesting quote icons to draw the viewer's attention to the quote itself. A variation of this is this slide, which shows a simple placard with the quote, and these quote slides draw the attention of the audience to the quote itself. Now let us see the second type of quote slides, where the emphasis is on the emotion of the quote. Now take a look at this slide. As you can see here, the emotions are brought in by the picture in the background. A couple of things to keep in mind whenever you choose a picture for your quote slides. One, the picture should be relevant to what is written on the quote. There's no point in having some pleasant looking picture of a sea or some stones or things like that. Make sure that your picture adds clarity to the quote itself. Second, whenever you want to use a picture in the background, make sure that the quotation is fairly small. You want the audience to experience the feeling associated with the picture rather than to get lost in the long winding quotation. A couple of interesting variations of this type of quote slides is this one, where first we show the picture and let the audience get the feeling and the emotions involved with the picture, and then we write the quote. This of course is a template taken from our comprehensive trainers bundle, and you can always replace this picture with any other picture of your choice which complements the text that is written here. Another variation of this quote slide with a picture background is this. As you can see here, a lot of space is allocated for the picture, so the emotions of the picture is the main thing, and then the quote reinforces the emotions. The third example is this one, where there is equal emphasis placed on the picture and the quotation. Now, of course, these are all the templates taken from our comprehensive trainers bundle, and you can replace these pictures with your own picture at the click of a button. Now, let us go to the third type of quote slides, where the emphasis is not so much on the quote or the picture, but the person who said the quote. Take a look at this example. As you can see here, the dominant aspect of the slide is the photo of the person who said the quote. In this case, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. A couple of things to keep in mind whenever you use a style like this. First, make sure that you isolate the picture as much as possible so there is no distracting background that takes the attention away from the main subject of the picture. Second, take a look at the direction of the eye gaze. As you can see here, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is looking towards the quote, and therefore the audience's attention is naturally drawn to the quote. A couple of variations of this style of quote slide is this one, where we have added some interesting background to lay emphasis on the person, and another variation is this, where we have added some drama to the background. What do you do in cases where the person whom you're trying to showcase is not necessarily a public figure, like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who has been a president of India? You can use a style like this, which is normally used for testimonials. You have the person who is saying the testimonial and then the quote. You can have more than one testimonial on the same slide with two different pictures here and the quotes. Let me give you another example. Here you can see that we have the picture of the person and the quote, person and the quote. So we have multiple quotes or testimonials on the same slide. I hope you saw enough number of examples and variations to give you sufficient ideas on how you can improve your quote slides. Make sure that you lay your emphasis on one of the three main things: the quote itself, the emotion behind the quote, or the person who's saying the quote. All the example templates that I shared with you in this video are taken from our Complete Trainers bundle. And Complete Trainers bundle is a collection of 4022 premium quality PowerPoint templates designed using our proprietary NeuroSlide design system, which uses cutting-edge neuroscience principles to make sure that your message is registered in the audience's mind with impact. Whether you want to visualize flows, components, concepts and metaphors, cause and effect, number slides and infographics, models and frameworks, timelines and roadmaps, you have every slide type imaginable to make your training presentations really look professional in a matter of minutes. You can know more about Complete Trainers bundle by clicking on the button here. I'll also leave a link to the product in the description area below this video. And before we close this video, just one more thing. Do you want to know how to make your training slides creative and interesting even if your topic is dry and boring? Then please click on the button here to sign up for a fun 7-day email course. It's a totally free course, and if you're a trainer or a course creator, it is an e-course you can't afford to miss. I'll see you on the inside.